Hey everybody, Katie Gilroy here with Servpro of HEB, Grapevine, Northeast Tarrant County, and Lake Worth, Benbrook. Since it's hurricane season and we've got Florence coming in, we've got some tips for you to help you make it through relatively unscathed. So for this first episode of this Hurricane Pro Tip Special, we're going to talk about pets. Pets are just as much part of your family as any human family member, and you definitely want to make sure they're safe. So first things first, you need to make sure your pet is microchipped and that you have a tag for them. You can go to any PetSmart, Petco, even Walmart, put down $5 and make sure you get your phone number and your address engraved onto their tag. This will help them if they get lost and someone doesn't have the time or the ability to take them to a vet. They can just call the number on the tag, you can go get your friend. The reason you need to have a microchip put into your pet is because if, say they run off, they get their collar caught and it gets ripped off, they no longer have the tag on. By having a microchip, they can get taken into any animal shelter or any vet. The first thing they'll do is get scanned for microchip. It'll have your name, your phone number, and your address on there. They'll be able to contact you. You can get your family member back. So that's the very first thing you want to do anytime you get a new cat, a dog, anything. Get them a tag and a microchip. If you haven't done that, definitely get it done before the storm rolls in. The second thing you want to do is make sure you have an emergency plan ready. You wouldn't go in with your kids without a plan when you know you're facing down a hurricane, so why would you go in with your pets and not have a plan for them? If you're going to evacuate, know exactly what time you're going to need to have them in the car by. If you're staying in, know what room you want to keep them in. If you're going to keep everyone in a certain part of the house, know their mannerisms. Just make a plan so that you can get them from point A to point B, and when the storm is over, you still have every member of your family, including the four-legged ones, with you and safe. Part of this is making sure that you have an emergency kit prepared. So the things you'll want to put in an emergency kit for your pet include water, just like you would have for yourself, and food, just like you would have for yourself. The important thing with food and with a lot of these things that you're going to be putting in this kit is to keep them in a container that will keep water out. So something as simple as a Ziploc bag or plastic Tupperware container will do great. So make sure you've got a couple days worth of water and food. If your pet has any medication, you 100% want to make sure that that gets in there. Maybe you have a pet first aid kit. If you don't, maybe pick up a few things just in case, your dog scrapes its paw or something. There will be a lot of debris around after the storm. So put that in there. If they have a favorite toy, throw that in there. Keep some treats on hand. Anything that you think your pet might need in day-to-day life, put it in the emergency kit so that if you have to pack up and go or you get confined to a certain part of your house, you'll know exactly where you can go to get the things your pet needs. Next, if you're evacuating, you need to make sure that you have your pet in a carrier or on a leash, just because, anytime you're out of the house, you should have them under control. But hurricane season is a little different. If you know a hurricane's coming in, you also want to keep them on a leash in your house if you choose to stay put and not evacuate. The reasoning behind this is that pets can get spooked super easily. So say something spooks your dog and maybe a window has been blown out or something, the animal can easily escape if you're not keeping it close to you. So even if you've got all the doors closed, the windows are closed, keep your pet on a leash. I know a lot of cat owners are going to say that's stupid, I'm not putting my cat on a leash, but it could save you a lot of trouble in the long run and save you from a really scary situation if your cat or your dog gets out. So just keep them on a leash, keep them close to you. They'll probably want to stay close to you anyway because they're scared, but just in case, this is a foolproof way to make sure that they are right there with you, they're not getting lost, they're not going to run off. Finally, one of the most important things you can do is stay calm. Your dog is probably already scared, and if you start freaking out, it's definitely not going to help them. So, speak to your pet in a soothing voice, keep some of their favorite treats on hand. Maybe you can give them a few treats, if things start getting really bad or if they're really scared. Keep their favorite toy on hand. You can also buy a calming collar or a thunder shirt, which is meant to reduce anxiety. You can get those from pretty much any pet store. You can get them off Amazon. You could even have your vet prescribe some calming medicine to them. So all of this is meant to keep them from getting spooked and running off and just make your life easier. So no matter what, make sure all of your family is safe, including your pets. This has been Katie with Servpro of HEB, Grapevine, Northeast Tarrant County, and Lake Worth, Benbrook. We are always here to help. Stay safe, everybody.